When nothing seems to be working, life may be choosing a different flow. When life doesn't move the way we expect, we often begin to feel that something has stopped. We try our best, yet results don't appear. Things seem to move forward, only to fall back again. You may notice yourself becoming more cautious, hesitating to take the next step. These moments easily invite anxiety and impatience. A quiet question begins to surface inside. Is this really okay? But when life grows quiet, it doesn't always mean the flow has stopped. Sometimes the movement simply becomes less visible. On the inside, preparation for what comes next may already be underway. When things don't move forward, life doesn't force its way ahead. Instead, it subtly shifts position, searching for a more natural flow. For now, it simply hasn't taken shape yet. In this video, we gently reframe the feeling of nothing is working, not as stagnation, but as part of the flow itself. Let's quietly sense what this moment may be pointing toward. Chapter 1. Why it feels like everything has stopped. When things don't go well, it's easy to feel as though you're not moving forward. Messages go unanswered. Plans keep getting revised. It can feel like you're pacing the same ground over and over. But when life begins to rearrange itself, movement rarely appears in obvious ways. Often, the outer world becomes still, as if everything has paused in place. That's because continuing from the current position would create friction with what comes next. To avoid that misalignment, life slows the pace and makes subtle directional adjustments. It's not that you can't move forward, it's that moving forward from here is no longer natural. So even repeated effort begins to lose its sense of response. What looks like stopping is actually life searching for its next position. The quieter the outside appears, the more carefully the inner rearrangement continues. Chapter 2. Flow is not a straight line. Many people imagine flow as constant forward motion, smooth progress without hesitation or pause. But real flow rarely moves in a straight line. Sometimes it advances, sometimes it softens, and sometimes space opens between movements. Flow values natural direction over speed. So when the current direction no longer fits, flow may slow down or create the sensation of stopping altogether. That doesn't mean flow has disappeared, it means the flow itself is reshaping. Even when movement seems minimal, flow is quietly adjusting to align with what comes next. Periods of non-linearity aren't detours. They're gentle curves guiding you back to a more natural rhythm. Chapter 3. What's actually happening when nothing works? There are times when effort brings no response. New ideas gain little traction. Attempts to repair connections don't close the distance. It can feel as though everything you do misses the mark. In these moments, we often assume we're doing something wrong, but sometimes it isn't your actions that need changing. It's your position. The same words, the same efforts, no longer land as they once did. Not because you've lost ability, but because the placement no longer fits who you are becoming. Before forcing results, life loosens what no longer aligns and begins shifting you toward a better fitting place. During that transition, nothing seems to click. But this isn't a state of nothing happening. It's the middle of a quiet repositioning. Chapter 4. subtle signs before the shift appears. Before major changes occur, life often sends subtle signals. You may feel unease toward things that once felt normal, or find unexpected interest in something that never stood out before. The reasons aren't clear, but your sense moves ahead of logic. In this phase, nothing seems decided yet. That uncertainty can feel unsettling, but this gentle wavering is often the sign that repositioning has begun. Before the outer world changes, life adjusts your inner orientation first. Even without clear answers, a shift in feeling means preparation is already underway. Chapter 5. Flow has already begun. Flow doesn't start when visible change appears. It begins long before results, decisions, or outcomes. When conversations stall, when plans return to blank, when familiar momentum quietly fades. From those moments onward, flow has already begun changing direction. Rather than forcing what no longer fits, life softens the current and searches for a new passage. The stillness that follows is not emptiness. It's the time flow uses to reshape what comes next. This isn't stopping. It's moving again toward a more natural rhythm. Final chapter. You are not stuck. When nothing seems to work, it's easy to feel left behind. But life hasn't stopped. It has simply outgrown its previous position and is gently shifting toward a more fitting flow. The absence of visible change is not wasted time. It's space being prepared. I am Realia. What you feel now is not failure. It's life searching for the flow that matches you. Even if answers aren't clear yet, movement has already begun within you. Please remember, nothing has stopped. Life is simply rearranging itself. If this message lightened your heart even slightly, I'd be grateful for your support through a like or subscription. And if something resonated, feel free to share it in the comments. I'll see you again in the next video.